Welcome to the online sessions of Renewable Energy Engineering. Myself Praveen Jinjala from Alja Institute of Engineering and Technology. In today's session, we will discuss about the introduction of solar energy, and then after we will discuss about the geometry of solar or solar geometry. So throughout the session, we will discuss about the what is solar energy, how to receive the solar energy, which type of parameters affect on the solar energy. So let's start our session. First of all, we discuss about the what is solar energy. Solar energy means it is energy which is simply the light and heat that comes from sun, or we can also simply say that energy received on Earth's surface by radiation. It's called solar energy. There are the many applications of solar energy. As like the here, whenever solar radiation strike on the solar panel, so it will be generate electricity. And if we connect our load, connect our wire through load, so it will be gives our output in form of light, in form of heat, or in form of any mechanical energy. So this is the basic principle of solar energy. And we can also say that solar energy received in form of electromagnetic waves. Energy received by solar in electromagnetic waves, it will be travel with almost constant intensity. Whenever energy released from sun, it will be travel in different path or different mediums. It's like the first of all, it will be travel from vacuum, then after it will be enters in atmosphere, and then after it will be received on Earth's surface. In sun, there are the basically fusion process created, means two hydrogen atoms combine and becoming the heavier helium atoms, and it will be generate electricity. So basically in sun, reaction created by fusion process, two hydrogen atom will be combined and produce the heavier helium atoms, and at every process it generating 26.7 million electron volt energy. So after the completion of all process, it generate the heat or generate the energy which is emitted by sun and which is received by earth. So it's called solar energy. There are the many distance between the sun and earth. So the intensity will be different at a different height. At a top of atmosphere, we are receiving the maximum solar radiation. After that, at a Earth's surface, we are receiving the average intensity. Means solar energy received per meter square. It's called solar constant. Solar constant has a different value. As like the solar constant for top of atmosphere, its value is equal to 1.353 kilowatt per meter square. But generally we are assuming at a Earth surface, solar constant is equal to 1.1 kilowatt per meter square. Means per meter square we are receiving near to 1 kilowatt energy. So by utilization of solar energy, we have to install the solar plate. It's called solar photovoltaic cell. Whenever solar radiation will be strike on the plate, so it will be generate electricity, and we have to supply the electricity to do grid connection, because the solar energy is available only for daytime, and we can also directly utilize the grid connection to our home application. So this is the example of solar energy or applications of solar energy. This is also two types of application. As like we can also convert the solar energy into heat by utilization of solar collectors, or we can also utilize for space heating, water heating, or space cooling. In form of heat, we can also utilize for water heating or space heating or solar refrigeration and air conditioning system. We can also utilize the directly solar energy for electricity generation by utilization of solar panel. So basic fundamental of solar energy is to convert into thermal energy or into non-thermal energy. And we can also directly or indirectly utilize the photovoltaic cell for electricity generation for our different home applications. Now we will discuss about the types of solar radiation. Whenever radiation is emitted by sun and we are receiving the radiation on Earth's surface has a different intensity. Means whenever radiation will be travel through atmosphere, so there will be many chances of scattering or many chances of deflection. So the radiation received on Earth's surface is lower intensity compared to the top of atmosphere. Here the given one example. Basically two types of radiation, direct radiation or beam radiation, or we can also say it's diffuse radiation. Direct radiation means we are receiving direct solar radiation, means we are receiving the light without scattering, so it's called direct radiation. Whenever we are receiving radiation after the reflection or after the scattering, so it's called diffuse radiation. Whenever radiation emitted by sun, so some amount of radiation will be absorbed by atmosphere, some amount of radiation will be scattered due to the atmospheric condition as like the dust particle, dirt particle, or we can also say due to the cloudy atmosphere or water vapor present in atmosphere. So after the receiving solar radiation, it will be lower intense, so it's called diffuse radiation. Intensity of direct radiation will be always greater than the intensity of diffuse radiation. We are receiving the total radiation because at a sunlight we are receiving direct radiation as well as diffuse radiation. Third types of radiation is total radiation, means summation of direct radiation and diffuse radiation, it's called total radiation. Almost near to 51% radiation are absorbed by Earth's surface. Near to 6% radiation are reflected to the atmosphere due to the atmospheric condition, and almost near to the diffuse radiation 20% due to the atmospheric condition as like the dust particle in atmosphere, dirt particle, water particle present in atmosphere. Next type of solar radiation is terrestrial radiation, means solar radiation received on Earth's surface, it's called terrestrial radiation. It will be direct radiation or diffuse radiation. We are receiving the radiation at a different location, intensity will be different for different geometric conditions. Next radiation is extraterrestrial radiation, means radiation received on top of atmosphere, it's called extraterrestrial radiation. Extraterrestrial radiation almost travel by vacuum. Whenever it will be enter into the atmosphere, so it will be start to scattering, so its intensity will be decreased. So the terrestrial radiation means radiation received on Earth's surface. Extraterrestrial means radiation received on top of atmosphere, so it's called extraterrestrial radiation. Now we will discuss about solar geometry. Due to the earth motion around the sun, we receive the different radiation at a different time and different location. And also the solar intensity will be different for the different location on earth. We can also assume the position of earth. This is the position of earth. Earth is continuously rotate around the sun and also rotate around its axis, and earth is also inclined to its north-south pole. It's called declination, and general value of declination is 23.5 degree, means inclination of earth on north-south pole with respect to the solar radiation and with respect to the equator. So it's called declination. At a different position, sun has a different intensity on earth because due to the continuously rotation of earth, and this is the almost elliptical shape. This is the position of 22 December, this is the position of earth at a 23 September, this is the position of 22 June, and this is the position of 21 March. So all time has a different position at a different time and different condition. So we are receiving the different solar radiation, and especially in our Indian geometry, we are receiving the three types of different condition, as like the summer, winter and monsoon. In summer, this is the position of 22 June. We are on face of sun, so we are receiving the maximum direct solar radiation. So our temperature will be higher. This is the different position of sun and earth. We are measuring angle with respect to the vertical position and with respect to the horizontal position. This is the equator of earth. This is the north and south. This is the east and west direction. This is the vertical plane. This is the sun radiation. So angle made by the solar rays and vertical plane, it's called zenith angle. Means solar radiation between solar rays and vertical plane at a center of equator, it's called zenith angle. Angle between solar rays and horizontal, it's called attitude angle. Whenever the projection of radiation on the equator and we measure the with respect to the south, so it's called azimuth angle. So angle will be continuously changed. During the sunrise, maximum zenith angle at a sun at a top position, so it's called sun at a zenith, means sun will be at a exact top position. After the afternoon, it will be decrease, or we can also say it will be increase with respect to the horizontal and vertical plane. For the specific location, scientists has a divide the earth into two parts. Means first horizontal plane at a center, so it's called equator. Whenever we cut earth and vertical plane, so it's called prime meridian. So with respect to the equator and meridian, we can specify the location of earth. Means horizontal distance between the or with respect to the equator, it's called latitude. Means latitude is given respect to the N, means north pole. So it's called equator or position above the equator. If the location is given with respect to the south, so it's called location will be below the equator. Same is like the horizontal distance between the 2 points with respect to the meridian, so it's called longitude. So with respect to the latitude and longitude, we can specify the location, or we can also find out for solar radiation. This is also second diagram of easily specifications of our equator and meridian. This is the diagram for latitude. This is the horizontal line, means it is the equator. As a equator we are considering 0. Above the equator we are considering the positive angle. Below the equator we are generally considering negative, means with respect to the south. If we are measuring with respect to the north, so it will be positive. Same is like the meridian or longitude. Distance toward the east, it is considered as a positive angle. Distance toward the west, it is measured with respect to the meridian. It's considered as a negative angle. So this is the solar geometry for any location. So by the equation we can also calculate what is solar intensity or what is possible of solar radiation on different location, and this will be important for our calculation and for installation of solar power plant. Thank you.